Speaking to the Council on Foreign Relations, Senator Kerry praised U.S. President Barack Obama's current review of the nation's strategy in Afghanistan. He said the U.S. had to take military action there following the terrorist attacks on the United States in 2001.
With certainty, we all know why we invaded Afghanistan. It was not a mistake to go in. We now have to choose a smart way forward so that no one is ever compelled to ask whether we've made a mistake in staying.
The United States currently has nearly 68,000 troops in Afghanistan, alongside about 40,000 from NATO and other allied countries. The top NATO and American commander in Afghanistan, General Stanley McChrystal, has warned the United States could lose the conflict if additional military forces are not deployed. He is reportedly asking for as many as 40,000 additional troops, a figure Kerry says is too high.
I am convinced from my conversations with General Stanley McChrystal, and I'm grateful to him for the time he gave me there and even on the telephone since. He understands the necessity of conducting a smart counterinsurgency in a limited geographic area. But I believe his current plan reaches too far, too fast.
Kerry traveled recently to Afghanistan and Pakistan and is credited with playing a key role in convincing Afghan President Hamid Karzai to enter a runoff election following widespread corruption that tainted the initial contest in August. Kerry says now is not the time for a large surge of additional troops.
We do not yet have the critical guarantees of governance and of development capacity, the other two legs of counterinsurgency.
Kerry recommends speeding up the training and mentoring of the Afghan National Army and police so they can defend their own country. He also says corruption must be reduced so there are honest local leaders that can partner with the U.S. and deliver services to restore the faith of Afghans in their own government. The senator says the cornerstone of U.S. strategy should be the effort to shift responsibility to the Afghan people.
I define success as the ability to empower and transfer responsibility to Afghans as rapidly as possible and achieve a sufficient level of stability to ensure that we can leave behind an Afghanistan that is not controlled by al-Qaeda or the Taliban.
Kerry warns that a quick U.S. pullout from Afghanistan could trigger a civil war, and he says a smaller-scale counterterrorism effort is not a viable alternative to the broader military operation currently underway. Meredith Buel, VOA News, Washington.